Okay, we're here today to wreck nerds and chew bubble gum with ValleyFlyin, and guess what? I'm all out of bubble gum. Bubble gum. What's up, Valley?
I guess we are wrecking some nerds then, brother.
Okay.
We don't got bubble, bro.
I've been playing the game 802 million days, 875 days, almost 900 days. I don't know. And we're going to... Okay.
Jeez.
So the purpose of this video today is we're going to talk about Black Order in the arena. We're going to talk about Supernatural now being farmable and maybe looking at T4s. Finally, I'm hoping you're going to talk to me. I hope you're going to talk me into T4s on Black Order, talk me into T4s on Supernatural because I am sitting on a bunch. And then I think we need to talk about squads being moved around, and your focus is typically Blitz, and my focus is typically War because I hate Blitz. Yes. I've said this many times. I'm a milestone Blitz player, but we've had to move some characters around. Vision, Thanos. I exploded my Wakandans. They no longer put together. So we're going to talk about all of that. Where do you want to start, ValleyFlyin? 7.7.
Let's go to your squads. These T4s. I'm excited about the T4s. Let's do some T4s live on this
video. Squads or T4s? Okay. So this is the
I'm at your roster screen. I said squads. Your roster screen was my head. So let's look at your roster screen.
I just want to point this out before we go. This is what I run typically on offense unless I come across Black Order. And if I do come across Black Order, I take out...
I'm going to have to take a mental note of that and see how strong your Loki is.
Okay. I take out Yo-Yo and put in Invisible Woman. I take Loki out and put in Ultron against Black Order. And then most teams, I just run that. And then on an arena defense... I run the same team, only I take out Loki and I put in Ebony Maw. And you can't see it here on the screen, but I'm at rank 9 overnight. Nice. Rank 9 overnight. So I'm not falling. I'm not seeing Black Order dominating, but I don't know if anybody has the red stars and the T4s yet.
People are using them on offense.
Okay.
I don't think there's too many on defense.
Well, you can punch up like 100K with Black Order. Dude, let's just say this. I just want to get this out of the way right now. Black Order is the best faction team in the game, period. Period. He's the best. They're the best team. Best offensive team on War. Now, they oversold this as a defensive arena team. You know what?
Some weird things.
Yeah, do you know what level of brokenness they would have to be to hold on defense? And I don't want them to be that broken. I like where they're at. Fix Thanos AI. Maybe fix something's wonky about Ebony Maw's ultimate. Fix those two things and let's see where that. But I hope they don't start buffing this team because I think it's good the way it is. What are your thoughts about that?
No, you're exactly right. If this was what it was billed as, like the ultimate arena meta defense team.
Oh, I don't know if I like that idea.
I don't think it would be good. So the most of what people are complaining about not being great on defense, I'm kind of okay with that. I would like them to fix what is not listed correctly in their kits, though, especially from Ebony Maw. But I like this team. Right. I like this team.
It's a really good team. Yeah. I'm happy with it, and I do think they were oversold, but that's on them. They oversold it, but I actually don't want what they sold. Frankly, I want it to be...
There's some wonkiness in the kits, too, but...
Yeah, there's some
and even with that, they're still the best team in the game.
I mean, they're so good. Dude, they're the best team in the game. By themselves, like a faction versus faction, they're the best team in the game. Black Order versus Asgardians. Black Order versus... They're the best team in the game. It's just... We'll just, leave it at that. There's some things that maybe need to be tweaked, and I'm sure we'll see. All right, so what am I working on right now? You can see this top line is what I'm working on right now. These are all characters that I want to take to 14 for Dark Dimension. Ebony Maw, Symbiote Spider-Man is my favorite character in the game next to Black Bolt. Mr. Sinister is going to be... I feel Mr. You played Galaxy of Heroes, right? You remember Thrawn?
Yes.
I think Mr. Sinister is the Thrawn of Marvel Strike Force. I think he's going to be amazing a year from now. I think he might even be good 2 years from now. I think his kit, whatever the next great team is going to be, Mr. Sinister will still be important because he could clone them. You know what I mean? I think
that is an important mechanic.
I think
anybody is going to get.
I think it's going to be power creep proof over time, and so I'm putting everything into Mr. Sinister, like everything. Like I'm good with him. Like I think he's going to be useful for a long time. Ghost Rider is kind of what I want. I want to talk mostly about Black Order and Ghost Rider, and I want to share some of the T4s I did that maybe you didn't and we didn't do video, but for science, science, I put, and that was to make the video, and it's not working. Hopefully that gets changed, but
Hopefully it gets changed to what it says and not them revert to text to what it actually does. That would be bad.
So I'm not one to like demand refunds for money, and I think let's not get into that, but I might demand a refund on this T4 if it doesn't get fixed. Like if they don't change it. Anyways, that's another discussion right there, but I don't know if I would want to do that. Now, I finally went in on Taskmaster. I just like him, and I think it's because I got blown up with Brotherhood 2.0, my Brotherhood 2.0, and this right here, that third blind really messed me up because I ended up getting my like Pyro blind and my Toad blind, and you lose. And it's just like, those
are important ones.
Those are important ones. So I liked this. The team just has burned me on defense, and finally I pulled the trigger. I was like, okay.
Did you upgrade any of the other mercenaries?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I just pretty much just him, and I'll just I'll just kind of run with him, and then from there, the only other ones that I've really done since the last time we talked was Ebony Maw, because I'm using Ebony Maw everywhere. Not everywhere, but I'm trying to make him work everywhere. Like defense in Arena, trying to get him to work in U7. Mixed results. Every day I try a new Ebony Maw U7 team. It's fun. It kind of feels like BKT 2.0 with the Black Bolt going off, getting the energy from Thanos and Minerva. And so it's Ebony Maw, Thanos, Black Bolt, and of course Thanos in the middle between those two, and then Minerva off to the side. And then the fifth slot, I've tried a bunch of things. I've tried Shuri, I've tried Symbiote Spider-Man, I've tried Ultron, and nothing really is doing it for me yet. I want to try a couple more things.
Yo-Yo? Have you tried Yo-Yo?
Yo-Yo won't work with Thanos. Thanos is actually a protector.
Oh, I forgot about Thanos. They need to get that tag off of him.
I know, dude. It's because he doesn't seem like a protector, right? And so so you can't.
Even his original kit, he had that taunt, but that was about it. None of his kit really screamed protector. But anyway,
but he is a protector. Talk to me about Black Order, and because the only one that I've done any T4s on is Ebony Maw, and tell me which ones of these you're liking, or if you were to say you have to do one, and the only one that I would probably do maybe would be what you think, this one right here.
I like all of their passives except for Maw.
Okay,
so this is a really good one. You're getting the extra damage. You're getting more health for everybody, so that's good. And that's the damage for the counterattack when everybody attacks Maw or Thanos.
And he does. He does a bunch of the damage for the team. I mean, he's like, you play against this guy, he's hitting you back every turn. Like he doesn't even need speed, because that's the thing, is he's so slow. But like, dude, if you hit Ebony Maw or Thanos, he's coming back at your face. And it's a lot more than you would think. I
like this one. What is your red stars and your power level? 61. That's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a very good option right there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on this one tonight, because I don't think it's a bad T4, and I think it's the best even out of all these other ones. You know what I mean?
This is a team that you're eventually going to be using. So.
Yeah, I don't know how quickly. Like I'm almost kind of waiting for them to say what they're going to do with the Thanos AI, if anything, and or Ebony Maw. I'm fairly certain that Ebony Maw. I'm taking Ebony Maw into Dark Dimension 3 for the Cosmic. So I'll use him. I've
heard that works very well.
Yeah, I hear it really works well. So yeah.
All right, so I like a lot of them per Proxima and Corvus, but because you only have 3 red stars, I might wait on those a little bit for you. I like all of their basics, but these two in particular, Proxima, Corvus, with their 2 passives, always getting that 100% assist chance. It's almost like getting 2 basics every time each one takes a basic. Mm-hmm. And you're clearing 2 deep positive effects off of the enemies each time. So I do like those, but I don't know if I'd recommend that for you yet.
Okay,
because you don't like to do these in advance to test these out, and the red stars aren't.
Yes, and so we'll get to what it is. It's like, because I can't get them to 7 gold stars, I'm like, nah. Yeah. And so let's talk about a team that I'm finally, like, you jumped on this early, and I'm finally willing to talk about with you today for the first time. Plus yesterday.
Thank goodness, I've been wanting you to do this for a while.
All right. So before we talk about Elsa, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, I would prefer to talk about Mordo and Ghost Rider first. Ghost Rider first, okay?
Let's do it.
All right, so Ghost Rider, I've already done his passive.
All right, that's a good one. That's one of the best ones.
Okay. Have you done any of those other three?
I have not, because I've not invested him too much. Once I start investing in him, I might do maybe the ultimate, but I don't know. It's not required. If you're looking to like get the best, the decent version of this team, that none of these are required.
I don't really want to do that one. This one right here, maybe. Apply bleed for 2 turns.
I mean, yeah, if I'm investing in this team heavily, I might do these, but I don't think any of these are required,
All right. Elsa.
Same for Elsa.
Nothing.
I don't think any are required.
Okay, so I kind of knew this already. And then Scarlet Witch.
She has I can't remember if it's her ultimate or her passive, but she has a pretty good, not that one.
It's the defense up to all allies.
That's the one. That's a pretty good one, but again, not super required for this team.
All right, so that's my problem is that I usually go up against Mercs, and I don't know what it is. It's maybe because I have 6 red stars on her. She has the highest attack, so she gets bursted down first.
You don't need her though to kill the Mercs. You could do it with those 4.
Now this is where everybody says you need to put T4s on Doctor Strange, and let's talk about it. Like
you definitely need his passive. I like his ultimate as well to bring back 2 of his allies instead of 1.
Okay, so this is like I've heard that this one right here. The putting the flex up just makes him survive like a million times longer.
Yeah. Most people would say this is a requirement if you really want to get that team going. And then there's 2 more on Mordo that I would say are pretty
okay. Yeah. So I've heard that I heard that the passive is pretty much mandatory because of all the deflects.
Yeah.
He'll survive a lot longer.
To survive.
And then this
sorry.
Double revive, right? Double revive on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's big. He's the team. If he goes down early, you're probably not winning that battle.
All right. I've already spent over the daily on the milestones for the day. I already spent like 4 million yesterday for Ironheart, so I'm not gonna spend the gold until after server reset. But this the passive right here.
Passive is a definite ultimate maybe. And Mordo's got 2 that I think.
So I'm thinking passive on Call, passive on Doctor Strange. And then Mordo,
you already got the special. Nice. The passive is the other one I would do for Mordo.
Okay.
Gives him more health, more ability, energy.
Okay, more ability, energy, and heal most injured. More healing. So of course that's durability on Supernatural because they do survive if Doctor Strange survives. So I'm sold on the passive on Doctor Strange. I'm sold on the passive on Cull. So. Let's talk about saved squads.
Ooh, this is interesting. I know you've made some changes since the last time we've done this, and I haven't seen this since then. So I'm curious to see what you've done.
Okay, so I have them in order from top to bottom based on my power.
That is a beefy ass guardian.
Okay, so a lot of these are just generic, like, well, that's the team, and then there you go. Now, this is somewhat controversial, and not everybody has the same opinion as me, but I actually prefer this lineup specifically for Asgardians. And what I found is that what determines whether you win or lose is Phoenix going off, and I have the T4 on Cyclops, and so his ult going off and Phoenix going off pretty much equals good game. And also the rest of the team is just like facilitating that combo and going off. Storm speeds up the team by random speed up sometimes, right? And then she is for the sustainability, with the evasion, which happens, right? And then, of course, you have to play. I mean, there's no debate about him. You have to. So this just works better for B. And then Wolverine is homeless right now. I guess I could put him on Hero Brawlers if I need to, but I don't know, man. I don't really have a use for him, right?
Question about that version of the X-Men. Do you use them against other teams with as much success, or that's just pretty much Asgardians?
Okay, so the 2 teams that I will play, like I will use it on, is going to be Coulson and Asgardians. I actually don't use them anywhere else. And actually, when I do, it has to be like a monster punch up, like 120k up, and it wins. It does not matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you just win. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, let's say you come up against a Marauder team or something, and it's like 100K bigger than your team. It still wins. It's the tricky matchups specifically are Coulson and Asgardians. I don't really I don't want to use them anywhere else, frankly. I kind of save them for one of those two teams.
Got it. I like that. I'm gonna try that next time we have a war and see Asgardians.
Okay, so
you told me about it a couple weeks ago, and I haven't tried. That's an interesting one. I think you had that squad last time. The symbiotes like that, right?
Okay. First of all, I just want to say this before I talk about Shuri and Drax. Symbiotes are the real deal. All three of them together are amazing. Carnage passive is amazing, and then I've got all the T4s on Darth Spidey, and I'm considering maybe looking into the passive on Venom. But let's just talk about it. 2 more symbiotes. Woof, woof, woof. Mm-hmm. We get 2 more symbiotes. This is the team if we get 2 more symbiotes. Like, they are really good. The trio right now is so good, and it's missing some subtleties, things like defense up on spawn or a way of clearing heal block. It's good to go.
Or any debuffs.
Yeah, it's good to go. And so Shuri gives them defense up and some extra healing, but she's there just to give defense up on spawn, and then they build a momentum and they start killing off. You see, the thing is, I like using them against Asgardians because you can kill Greg over and over again, and you get net turn meter because of Carnage passive. You could also take out Red Skull with this team, and the idea with that is you keep you keep Red Skull stunned with Darth Spidey stun, and you keep him ability blocked with Venom, and then with Venom's basic, you flip the death proofs into bleeds, and they just die. It's amazing. Like that. And then you just run in town, and then Drax is there just to get him off. Now I've taken out Drax, and I sometimes will put Green Goblin or Miles, depending, because sometimes he's kind of a floater. Sometimes I throw him on Fantastic Four, and I take Thing off of Fantastic Four. Like if I'm afraid of a defense down node with like Captain Marvel or something, I'm just afraid that they're gonna delete somebody important. I'd rather just have them take out Drax. And so sometimes I put Drax on the team. But there's a lot of flexibility on this team. But I am putting resources into these 2 right now to take all the way to 14 for Dark Dimension. Plus, I strongly believe we're going to get some more symbiotes, and they're just going to be bonkers, right? I mean, what do you think?
I think it's sometime. I mean, they've eventually went back and completed teams that they haven't completed before. I mean, it took them, 2 years with X-Force, but hopefully it's sooner with the symbiotes. Okay. They're amazing as they are. They're really good. Just those 3 of them can complete nodes in the race.
Yes. So I'm not. You could put now. I'll talk about what I did with the rest of the Wakandans. First of all, I never liked the Wakandan team. I just never liked it, and I've always felt like Okoye and Baku were kind of useless. So I'm not using them at all right now. Black Panther I put on Hero Brawlers, which I'm not really liking right now, and then I put Killmonger on Taskmaster on Mercs, which I love, and this right here is a leftover team. I will switch this team in a heartbeat.
I have a very similar leftover team.
This works kind of based on, Captain Marvel just winning because she's Captain Marvel. I don't know if the rest of the team helps her win or not. I suppose you've got a stall tactic with Hulk and Captain America, and he's doing some damage. She's giving them speed up, and then you got some with the military tag or whatever, those 2, right? Where they both have the tag, but
her passive lasts a little longer, her binary.
Yeah, I'll explode this. You give me a reason, I'll explode this team in a heartbeat for something else.
I'm actually interested in your new BKT with Vision in there. How's that working for you?
Well, first of all, I just did it yesterday. Literally, Ironheart came out less than 14, 15 hours ago. So this is brand new, but I had to do so. You remember when BKT came out?
Yes.
I actually made a video called Best New Team, and it was this right here. And then later, I was sold on the Thanos idea, and that became BKT. This was a thing back in the day. Vision gives defense up.
This is what Technerva, right?
Technerva,
the nickname was.
Yeah, so Vision, first of all, Vision's amazing. Ability block, clearing negative status effects is amazing, right? But defense up on spawn for Minerva, Rocket, and Groot. Not Groot, but these 4 right here are tech, and they get defense up on spawn. So it's beautiful. It's a good team.
I'm thinking of blowing up my Wakandans and making something similar. I kind of like what you've done with your roster.
Well, it's also because I don't like the Kree. And I think there's a Kree team that I don't understand, that I don't use, maybe with Ultimus. And so I'm not using Kree, but I think there's a place for Kree and doing something else. It's just I'm not doing that right now. And I get it because I think Korath is better on Mercs than anywhere else. So we're kind of standard teams here, and standard team, of course. Like I said, sometimes I put Drax in for Thing, specifically if I go up against Asgardians, Black Order, Coulson's Coulson. Oh God, fix your game, Fox Next.
Tell me about your experience with that new Power Armor team. Oh my goodness, the double face bomb.
Okay, so it's a better team, but it's a better team the way it is now, kind of, right? It's a better team, right? But, dude, her ultimate doesn't work right, and it's not putting defense down on Red Skull. So I really wanted to I needed more options against Red Skull. The problem I was having with Red Skull is that I would come up with like let's say a 280k power Red Skull, right? What team do I use against that? Should I use my 380k Inhuman against that? Dude, this team wipes out any Red Skull team anywhere, any size, right? And it's like, wow, that's kind of a waste. I needed
Spider-Verse. Where did that?
Spider-Verse was tricky.
Yeah, they're a little high.
Spider-Verse was also a little tricky. This team actually can time out if you don't like going. You have to mash buttons, man. You got to play fast to get it to work. But it does work, right? And then it's like, Red Skull. I need something for those 300k-ish power Red Skull team, because nobody really tried hard on Red Skull, right? They just kind of threw the team together and it works, right? It's a cheese team. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you don't have to dump. So there's always these like leftover Red Skull, straggler Red Skull teams, and unless you have something designed to beat them, you're kind of like stuck. And I wanted that to be this team because power armor is not that great right now in war. I mean, sometimes even not against Marauders, right?
Not against the meta. They do good against other teams, but not against the meta.
All right. So I just want to say Ultron is flex right now. I'm moving him up to Aimtron. I move Ultron out of Aim if I want to do that Phoenix thing, if I come up across a big Black Order. So I'm kind of mindful of Ultron even being used with X-Men against a Black Order team. And then I have...
you just replace one of the X-Men with Ultron?
I take out Storm because Storm is a hero controller, and I don't want Ebony Maw getting any fuel for that. So I take out. So I run Psylocke, and then the other three core members, which is Colossus, Cyclops, and Phoenix. And so I take out Storm because she's hero controller, and Psylocke is not. Anyways, and then I just throw in a random Aim nerd. I don't remember whichever one I've got the highest. I think it's Monstrosity or Researcher. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But Aim still works against certain teams. It's actually a pretty consistent team. This works great against Asgardians. It punches up against Asgardians. I love it. I put this team together here with Kingpin because the defense up actually throws off the old school power armor. Old school power armor doesn't do well with this, before Ironheart. And I don't know. It's just Marauders are Marauders. I mean, we're going to get a fifth Marauder someday. And I was using Hand Sentry at one point.
Did you just place them like that, or is there a reason for the Kingpin placement?
No, there's no purpose to that Kingpin placement. I know all I know on this team right here is that I wanted Strife on the end and Mystique next to him because she's often invisible. That Strife has got time.
Can't chain.
Yeah, and then these other three, I didn't think about it, to be honest with you. I just didn't think about it. I think I put initially I had Hand Sentry here, and the idea was is that I wanted Hand Sentry adjacent to Mystique so that the chain would be blocked or something, and I just never thought about it again after that. Supernatural. Oh, dude, this team is trash right here too, man. I don't know what to do with it.
Moved around.
I don't know what to do with this team. Like, it's all going to go up as soon as Mercs are up and Deadpool's going to be gone, and
Captain Marvel on that team, maybe.
The Captain Marvel and the Avengers are so bad right now. It's almost like it needs to be consolidated and people need to be benched. And you know what I mean? It's just like, let's put him here. Defenders are defenders. Now, this is the Merc team I like.
Interesting.
It's because I already had these guys pretty much boosted, and then I just worked on him, and then these guys have just been sitting around.
Yeah.
Riot Guard in the middle seems to throws off Brotherhood 2.0 because then he starts giving deflect to the whole team. It's amazing. So I put him in the middle, and then this just made sense to kind of do it in this alignment right here. It seems to be popular. Red Skull, and
I can't remember. Did you end up doing any T4s on your Hydra?
Yes, I did one on the Rifle Trooper.
Okay.
Yeah, the passive on the Rifle Trooper or whatever it was. I don't know.
Yeah,
the one where he always assists and then
when he dies.
Yeah, when he dies. AoE's when he dies.
Yeah.
But he always assists.
I forgot. Yeah.
Always assists if someone uses a non-attack ability, which is the entire first turn.
Yeah.
The entire first turn, everybody does non-assist. So it seemed to me just be like a real inexpensive way of making the team quite a bit better. And then
how has that affected your defensive wins? With that extra T4, do you notice anything different or stronger teams having to punch down against it? Or
dude, Red Skull's a cheese team, dude. It's so cheese. It's such a gimmick. It's just like dude, they have to waste a good team or they struggle.
Yeah.
It's just like and it's so cheesy, especially if people don't have Black Bolt, and that's why I want Ironheart to do what she's going to do. I really want Ironheart to be a counter to this team because I have put virtually no resources into this Red Skull, and I waste somebody's good team. I waste somebody's good team every war, and that's just what it is about is wasting someone's team, right, and wasting their counter, right? So
it's kind of what war has become.
Yeah. I know there's some people saying that war has become kind of predictable, and it's like kind of. I mean, I think there's still some flexibility with the teams and some opportunity to theory craft. And I think as we move away from, because there's going to be 10 offensive teams, 8 defensive teams. Yeah. Logically, it's 18 teams, right? And so characters are going to be falling off of that 18. And I think it's right now for me, it's Avengers and Hero Brawlers are probably those teams where they're going to fall off, and something else is going to replace them, specifically when X-Force comes into play.
Those have been the two teams that people just been switching around for like the past year or so, right? Just because people have been getting off, moving on to that team. So,
and they've publicly said that there was going to be a Black Widow rework with the movie, which of course was delayed, and then also Night Nurse. So, there's logical things that I think could happen with those teams and become better. I mean, it's going to be a crime against Marvel if Captain America and Black Widow are not good forever. I mean, it's not right. It's not right.
My boy hasn't been that awesome for like the whole year. Now he's just good. So
yeah, you're talking about Thor, right?
I was talking about Hulk, but Thor
Hulk.
too.
Yeah, Thor is fine. He kind of is annoying that he's not good standalone. He's only good on this team.
He's good on that team, but as a standalone
no, it's not good standalone. But he's definitely good on that team. And then your boy Hulk he got a rework. Your boy Hulk got a rework, but he's not.
He's usable. He's
usable. He's not terrible. He's not terrible. Anyways, head over to ValleyFlyin's channel and you will see a bunch of juicy T4s on his juicy Black Order team. Yeah. It's pretty juicy.
And different save squads. Yours are more war-based, mine are more blitz-based. So some different save squads as well.
So. Yeah, his is definitely more blitz. I don't blitz. I mean, I do all the milestones, and this is sufficient for milestone blitzing, believe me. I don't. I mean, it's literally autoplay and win, and then when I probably, spin the 25s on Asgardians on autoplay, and that's that. It's done. So, all right. So head over to ValleyFlyin's channel. He'll check out his team. It's more of a focus on Blitz and Black Order. My goodness. And just wanted to say thank you. Anything you want to say before we go?
No, thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure, my friend.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And keep on gaming. Bye.